Hello friends, family and anybody else who's watching my video, because I'm going to do an amazing video today because everybody who knows me, even my own children, would be surprised that I do a video about prayer. Me of all people. You know what I mean? People have known me all my life and they would never believe that I believe in such a thing, and that I believe there is a kind of a God. Well, I got to go back to when I was married to my first wife to tell you all how this came about. I'd been married for 11 years. Always wanted to see my first wife and kids happy. Never lost work. Gave her my pay every Friday. And, I was happily married. Everything was going good. I didn't drink much at the time. I was only out on a weekend having a pint or two with the boys. And the next thing I knew, my first wife was having an affair. That's when the nightmare started. At first, I couldn't believe it. My head couldn't take it in. But it went on for 3 years, and it went on for 3 years because I just couldn't accept it. And she was able to get away with that. But looking back now, one of the biggest mistakes I did, and it was a big mistake, thinking about, I tried to stop her having an affair. Now, the nightmare got worse when I tried to do that because she had already got a solicitor. She had already been planning ahead how to get me out. And her solicitor had been giving her good advice, and she had a good solicitor. I didn't have a solicitor. I didn't even think about it. I thought, she's having an affair. I'll put a stop to it. I told her that I was getting rid of the car because she was using the car to see this bloke, and she turned around and said to me, "You'll go before the car." And by damn, she was right. Before I knew it, I came back from work and she had gone. Her and the children had gone. And the next thing I knew, I had a court injunction to appear in county court, and she had put in to get me out. I thought, what's going on? Get me out and what? What have I done to get... I went to county court. I managed to get a solicitor last minute. He couldn't even remember my name. He was hopeless. He was also going through a divorce. Anyway, I keep looking around, by the way, in case somebody comes, because I'm on my walk here. Anyway, the next thing I knew, I was up in court. And there she was, telling the judge, and the solicitor then was telling the judge that I was violent and I was hitting her, and she had left me because she was afraid of me, she had nowhere to live and all. And the next thing I knew, I had an injunction, 14 days to get out. I couldn't believe it. But my brother said to me he'll take me in, and I went to live with my brother and my sister-in-law. Then the nightmare got worse because my sister-in-law and my brother wouldn't allow me for me to have my 3 children back there. And they were my auntie and uncles of my children. And they stopped me taking the children back. I had nowhere to take the children. In the meantime, my sister-in-law had phoned the social because this man, now my first wife was having an affair with, had moved in with her and was sleeping in my bed with her. It was a nightmare. And my sister-in-law then reported this to the social because she was on money now off the social, and he was working, and they stopped the money, and she accused me of doing this, and I did not do it. My sister-in-law did. And then she stopped me seeing the children. It was crazy. I was cracking up. And then my drinking started taking off. I started drinking. And I was living in my sister-in-law's house and my brother, and I had a box room to myself, no TV, nothing. They were all watching TV and things. I wasn't allowed to watch what I wanted to watch. I had no privacy. The only privacy I had was stay in the box room on my own, little room, no TV, no radio, nothing. Fortunately, I was working all the time, and giving them good lodge money and giving them coal and things, they were having a lot of me. But I was cracking up. And for the first time ever, I was 30 years of age. I went down on my knees and I prayed. I said, God, please give me a house. Please give me a house. And believe it or not, within 3 weeks, I had a 3-bedroom house in Carway. Now, you've got to realise I was classed as a single man, living with my brother and sister-in-law. How did I manage to have a 3-bedroom house? And that happened within 3 weeks of me praying. To me, that was a miracle, and that proved to me the power of prayer. And I learned then, from then on, that I've had a few things happen to me since, and prayed. And I'm not saying I've become a born-again Christian because of it. All I'm saying is that I believe in the power of prayer. I believe there is a God or some kind of higher power that's helped me along, and I've had a lot of help since then. I've even started seeing my grandson, Brandon Worth. For 10 years I didn't see him, and I prayed if I could see him, and because my youngest boy wasn't talking to me, fell out to me 10 years ago, stopped me seeing Brandon, and I prayed to be able to see him because my oldest grandson now is 17. I wasn't seeing much of him, and I was on my own all the time, and I wanted to see Brandon. And my youngest boy had split up with his girlfriend, and she had somebody else, and she wanted me to see Brandon as well. And so I got on my knees and prayed to God, asked if I could see Brandon, and within 2 weeks I was able to see Brandon. Another miracle. Well, although the first miracle was the biggest one, and since then I've suffered a lot with ill health, heart trouble and things like that, and I've prayed, of course, and that's helped me along. So I believe in the power of prayer, me of all people. And a lot of people watching this will be shocked to hear this, but I know there is something there. I know we've come from somewhere and we'll go back wherever we came. I know now there is life after death, and I know there's somebody up there looking down at us. You could call it a guardian angel as well. I'm praying, I'm saying God could be my guardian angel as well as God. I don't know what it is, but I know it's powerful and it can help you when you are in difficulty. Get down on your knees and pray, and believe you me, miracles do happen. I know, I've had them happen to me, okay?